Bismillahi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, honorable judges and fellow participants. Let me introduce myself. My name is Syahquitta Kayla Intifadha, a 9th grade student from Al-Mukmin boarding school. It is an honor for me to stand here today to share my views on youth shaping a peaceful tomorrow. Have you ever imagined that a conflict could actually be the beginning of peace? It might sound strange, but history has shown that not all conflict end in destruction. Some actually give rise to profound change. Let us look back to our country in 1945. Indonesia stood at a crucial point in history. At that time, there were two groups, the old and the young, united by one goal, to liberate our colonized country. Yet they differed in opinion on how to achieve it. There was tension between the older generation, who wanted independence through deliberation and diplomacy, and the younger generation, who felt the moment couldn't be wasted and wanted independence should be proclaimed immediately. In the end, the tension was resolved through a shared realization. Something mattered more than their egos: the future of the nation. They chose to set aside their differences for that greater goal. That was the birth of an independent nation. This story teaches us one valuable lesson. Conflict is not our greatest enemy. What matters is in how we respond to it. Do we let it turn into hatred, or do we turn it into an opportunity for mutual understanding? Unfortunately, the conflict we face today takes many different forms, though rarely as armed conflict. Today's conflict often arises through hate comment, bullying, discrimination, intolerance, the spread of hoaxes, and even a judgmental attitude solely based on differences. In our digital age, a single post can spread hatred in seconds. A single comment can hurt someone's heart. But a single empathetic comment can give hopes to thousands. Technology is merely a tool. We ourselves decide the direction it takes. This is where the younger generation, growing up in an interconnected world, plays a crucial role. Today's we in every day communicate with people who speak different language from another country and hold different faith and culture. We had opportunities that no previous generation had. The change to build a relationship without constraint of distance. But these opportunities carrying an enormous responsibility. Because being young is not just about having a passion, but also having wisdom. Courage without empathy will breed conflict. Passion without listening will only widen division. Because of this, our task is not just about being a young generation that only dares to speak, but also generation that listen. We must not be the walls that divide, but a bridge that connect across differences. Peace begins when we choose dialogue over silence, understanding over judgment, and cooperation over hostility. Peace is not always born in meetings of world leaders. It is also born from every simple action we take every day. As example, respecting the differences of opinion, rejecting bullying, verifying information before spreading it, and having the courage to apologize and forgive. That is where we build peace. Distinguished guests, we may not be able to eliminate world's conflict, but we always have a choice of how we respond. Because in the end, the history doesn't only remember of who's the one conflict. It remembers those who having courage to transform conflict into peace. And I believe the younger generation can be remembered by history yet to come, by the choices we make today. And I choose peace. How about you? Maybe it's time to say goodbye. See you on top. Bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.